Hello, my name is Tony Beers, and this is Movie Grades.
And just like the movies, we play out our last scene.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to bring up that, we were talking about the story, and you brought up that they left out that one part about the two teaming up and
Peter and Valentine, yeah.
And I was like, I'm thinking, that I think that movie could have used a little bit of that because we saw the kids and in battle school or whatever and all like that, but we never saw Earth itself. We never saw what what this time was like. What we didn't know about.
What Valentine and Peter went through.
Yeah, and we didn't know what was the situation with Earth. I mean, you mentioned that all the countries came together because of this war.
Yeah.
And they never really said anything about that. They never got into that. And once you said that, I was like, that's interesting. And I'm kind of upset that they didn't show that now.
Well, like you said, they talked about it, but like you said, they didn't show it.
Right.
And I'm more of a visual guy.
Oh,
I pick up more by seeing it than supposedly hearing it.
Because that's what I always like about movies. They just do, they talk about a past incident, and then they do a flashback of that incident.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing that really irritated me a little bit about Ender's Game was just that scene between Valentine and Peter that could have added that a little bit more.
What did they call them in the movie? You said they were called buggers in the book. But
they were called buggers in the book, but they're called the Formics in
the Formics. That's what it was
in the movie. I don't know why they changed it. I have no clue. But I'm used to calling them the buggers.
Well, with the story itself, I think it had trouble getting started. I had trouble getting into it at the beginning, but the ending was very intense. I felt, and there, like I said, there's a twist ending, and that was like, oh wow.
It had a slow build up.
It did.
It did. Towards the middle, it started picking up a little more. I was into it at the beginning, not so much until the middle and the end. Then I started because he seen me, I was getting up off the chair a little bit, And I agree with you 100%. The ending was like I wouldn't say cliffhanger, but very intense.
Yeah.
Very, very intense.
Well, yeah, especially the scene between Ender and Graf.
Mm-hmm.
That scene where they're arguing with each other.
Yeah.
That was dramatic in and of itself. I mean, great scene. Great scene. I was like, I'm not saying Oscar worthy, but
it was a great scene.
It was a great scene.
I could feel the pain from Ender.
Yeah.
And Graf I think Graf in a way kind of showed his human side a little bit right there.
A little bit, yeah.
He felt for him.
Mm-hmm.
The whole rest of the movie, he's kind of like, no, he didn't show his feeling. I think that moment he did.
Yeah.
And it showed like when he went back they put Ender back in his barrack.
Yeah.
And all his team said, well, we want to stay with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, sure, go ahead. I mean, you think he would have done that earlier in the movie? Probably not.
No.
So,
because it would have showed weakness
Yeah.
on Graf's part, and that's what I like about the Graf character. Special effects.
What did you think of the special effects?
Amazing, just amazing.
I enjoyed. I got to go with you 100%. The special effects were phenomenal in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell they worked hard on it. I mean, and like I was telling Tony, when they're on the I want to say a space station, wherever it was.
Yeah.
And you look out the window and there's Earth right there, and it's so beautiful, and it just like I wanted to reach out and touch it. It looks so perfect and looks like it looked real.
Oh yeah, the battle school was amazing how they did that.
All the battle room was awesome.
Yeah.
In the one scene, I like blew my mind. You heard me. I'm like, wow. Like when he was doing when he did the flip and he was just, doing oh God, it was awesome.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it looked so real. I mean,
You'd actually think you could get away with doing that now in space now.
Yeah.
But you can't, you know.
I mean, they worked hard. I mean, I give them 2 thumbs up.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I hope this company really stays together. If they do that in this movie and for other movies,
Mhm.
look out. They're gonna be making a lot of money.
Oh yeah, this is the special effects were just amazing.
They were.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Special effects was pretty much a highlight of one, maybe not the highlight of the movie, but it was really great. The only thing that I might, just a minor little thing is, and it's not really a complaint anyway, because was like the video game, like the graphics and the special effects in that when he's playing the video game wasn't that good, but I think it was supposed to be like that because
Yeah.
it is playing a video game. It's not real, so they had to distinguish it from the real, what's really going on.
Yeah.
Are you,
So-
the video game you're talking about is the one with the 2 glasses where you had to choose
Yeah.
which one was right?
Yeah.
I thought it was cool though. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought it fit.
I
You
didn't
know,
ever.
the graphics in that fit
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, because like you said, it's a video game.
Yeah.
Right.
I never thought they'd actually have that scene in that movie because it's in the book. What they did with the castle part, that was even better because I actually got to see it actually come to life in the theater like that
Yeah, it
compared to the book.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I think we should wrap it up here. We'll give our final thoughts and final grades on it. And Mike,
I loved it. Like I said, I'm a big Orson Scott Card fan. I love the book. I love the movie. They did an amazing job. And I'm gonna give this movie A minus.
A minus, okay.
Yeah.
Jay,
I'm kind of along the lines with you. Like I said, I wish they would have got more into the story with the brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
That brings it down for me just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I gave it an A minus.
Other than that, the story was great.
Mhm.
Loved the characters. I love the guy, the little kid that played Ender.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. What can you say about him? Great actor.
Exactly.
And Ben Kingsley surprised me. He was in this role. I wasn't even, I didn't even know he was in it. I was like, Tony, that's Ben Kingsley. He's like, yeah, I know. I thought he did a great job, and all the other actors in his team, in Ender's team, did great. Special effects, like I said, top notch. That definitely puts it up there.
You wouldn't have been able to do this movie without that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
In the worlds itself, you know, when they're on Earth, the
Mhm.
scenery is beautiful. I was telling Tony, man, that mountains with the lake, all
Oh,
is
yeah.
gorgeous. And if that was CG, they did awesome on it. That being said, I think the story was hurt a little bit, like he said, with the sister brother thing not in there. I think that would have been a little bit more in depth for Ender's character.
Yeah.
It would have given a little bit more depth. But I did enjoy the movie.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna quite give it an A-, so I'm gonna give it a B+.
Okay.
I was like borderline with the A-, B+,
Mhm.
but I think that just that little part of it just kind of hurt it a little bit.
Yeah, that hurt.
And that's it, B+.
okay, I'm gonna have to be a little bit lower than you guys as usual. As I am, I guess I'm just the word you used before, cynical about some of these things. But I don't know. Well, I was happy. What I'm really happy is that Mike enjoyed it because he's a fan of the books. I'm not a fan of the books. I haven't read them. I've read the comics.
Not me either.
But I don't know. This movie, it didn't speak to me the way it did you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just not really my type of movie. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I really enjoyed the story itself and the twist ending, which he spoiled for me, by the way. But I know if I didn't know what was coming, I would have been so surprised. I mean, you didn't know.
I didn't know, and I was surprised.
You were shocked.
I was like,
Yeah. So I mean,
I was.
and the story, like I said, it had a wild. It had a hard time getting going for me. I love like the third part. The first and the second kind of dragged, in my opinion, but the third was great.
He said the middle on, like the real middle on towards the end was when it was
really got to me.
pumping.
Yeah, it really, and some of the acting scenes I didn't quite wasn't doing it for me, but like we said about Dambulances, it's a morality tale because when I first read the comic, I thought this is kind of messed up. Little kids fighting this war, or being trained to fight a war, and I was like, I don't know about that, but you know, that's a personal taste for me. So I'd have to give it a B minus, I guess. All right, well, I think that's it. My name is Tony Beers.
Michael Likas.
Jason Case.
We'll
see you later.
Time.
Toxic Pop has a new Facebook page. Like it to see pictures and keep informed about our upcoming events and videos. A link is in the description. Go to www.facebook.com/toxicpop1.